What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops 6 video. I bet you guys never expected this to come. Like, it's been 2 weeks since I uploaded the video, man, but things happen, you know. Channel got hacked, for those of you guys who know, and for those of you guys who don't know, I'll get more into that towards the end of the video. But today I want to talk about how to actually increase your accuracy through your settings, how to make your settings the best for controller players, how to make sure that your aim assist is the strongest it could be, and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to get into that. Your aim assist is going to be sticky, everything's going to feel good. Now, before we do, if you guys could let me know down in the comments below, what is your EKIA? It really has a lot to do with your actual accuracy and stuff, so let me know what it is down in the comments below. And also, guys, make sure to drop a big fat like on this video. We're gonna go for a total of 33, so that means, hey, it should be possible. And if you guys could subscribe to the channel with the notifications turned on, that would be awesome as well. All right, let's get into some settings here. There's some stuff that I want to go into first, and it makes no sense that I'm going into this because it has to do with interface rather than controller, but trust me, guys, it's going to make you better. So make sure that when you go into your gameplay HUD right here, that you're going to go down over to crosshair, and that you're going to set it to actually be on center dot. You don't want it on static, you don't want it on, especially on. It moves around with you and stuff. It's just weird. Static is whatever. Center dot is the best, okay? It's going to keep that dot in the center of your screen, and it's going to help you guys out a lot with your accuracy, so make sure you do that. After that, we're going to make sure that the center dot is set to the largest, all right? Not larger, not default. Largest is good. It's going to be on that screen. It's going to be right in the center. You're going to see it nice and big. And then the opacity to 100 with the color customization all the way to yellow. And you want, I use FFF 600 for a nice bright yellow, and then I put the saturation up to the highest, and then obviously we're going to press apply custom color, and there you have it. All right, so that's basically it. You don't need to worry about anything else right there. Let's get into the actual controller now, and this is going to help you guys out tremendously. Now, if you guys also want easier lobbies, you want to stop playing against hackers, all that kind of stuff, make sure to check out No Lag VPN down in the description below. I'll have them linked there. You guys can go and check it out. You get 62% off with code ITSNICK. All right, so here's the first thing we're going to talk about in the controller settings. We got horizontal, we got vertical, okay? So some people ask me a lot, why is my horizontal lower than my vertical? And honest to God, I don't have a good reason for you guys. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, it's much stickier. It's not. It actually isn't. I just feel more comfortable playing with a higher vertical sensitivity and a lower horizontal sensitivity. It's just the way I play. I'm gonna recommend anything in sensitivity. You guys want to play something that you're comfortable at. I'm not going to say to copy me. I'm not going to say higher is better. I'm not going to say lower is better. Whatever you're comfortable at, that's what you got to play at, okay? Sensitivity is one of those things where you just got to kind of feel it for yourself. Start off really low if you want. Go down to like 0.90, go down to like 0.60, start off there, and then go up and see what you're comfortable at and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're going to move on. Now, before we come back to the controller page, we're going to move over to the movement page, and it's kind of important that we go ahead and put sprint assist to tactical sprint assist, okay? You want to make sure that this is set to that, and the reason for that, we'll get into it when we get back to the controller tab, and you'll see why, all right? Just make sure that you guys go ahead and do that. This is if you do not have any back paddles. If you have back paddles, you don't really need to do this. You could do it, but it's not as important. In all honesty, I don't have back paddles. I'm playing on a basic PlayStation 5 DualSense 5 controller. So for me, I definitely need to have that on. Just whacked my controller right there. Then mantle assist, I got it on low mantle assist. Crouch assist off. Corner slice, I used to play on all the time, but there's no point in it, so I play with that off as well. But let's go back to the controller tab, and this is what I want to talk about, all right? We're going to go into the button layout, and from here, this is what I switched up a lot. And the reason I have tactical sprint on, or the assist, I guess you could say, the reason I have that on is because I have L3. Instead of pushing down to sprint, I have it to change my stance, to slide, and to dive. And once you guys actually do this and you sprint automatically and you're able to change your stance as fast as you want, you could drop shot people without ever removing your thumb from your joystick. You could jump shot people without ever removing your thumb from your joystick as well, which means that you're going to be able to move, you're going to be accurate, you will not have to do anything weird, you don't have to touch X, you don't have to touch O, none of that kind of stuff on your controller. It's going to be nice. Switching these right here makes a world of a difference. Now, it's going to take a few days to get used to this. It's not going to come right away. It's going to take a few days. But once you actually get used to this, guys, trust me, you're not going to want to switch back. And then after that, I really only switched my fire weapon, my aim down sight, my lethal, and my tactical, all right? All I did was swap them all out. So to shoot, I'm using R1. To aim down sights, I'm using L1. And for lethal equipment, I'm using R2. That's like grenades and all that kind of stuff. And then my stim shots or concussions, all that kind of stuff is with L2. That's basically all I switched out right there. And then obviously, because I did switch switch these two, my circle and X are going to be switched as well. Like now I have to sprint with circle, but we don't have to worry about that. We don't ever have to press circle because I got my sprint assist on, and then my melee finishing move, body shield, all that kind of stuff is with X. So if I do want to knife someone, if I'm not holding a knife out, I gotta press X, all right? So that kind of sucks, but I don't really do it too often, so to me, it doesn't really matter. This button layout right here, especially if you're not playing with any back paddles, is really, really solid. Trust me, guys. A lot of people thank me for giving them that. It's a good, solid one, all right? After that, not too much has changed. I keep a lot of things the same. We got controller vibration off. Do not turn it on. Trigger effects, this is like the haptics and stuff. Turn that off, man. It's garbage. You do not want those on, all right? Turn those off for sure. And then my dead zone inputs, actually, how do you open this again? There we go. We have to press X for some reason. It says square for show less, but you press square and it resets everything. Don't do that. So we're going to open that up. And then obviously we got the left stick minimum at 6. I wish I could put this lower. I wish I could put it down to 0. But if I put it to 0, my left stick has stick drift. So I automatically start moving forward. And because of that, because I have my sprint assist set to on, I start sprinting out of nowhere. So I have to put this up to 6 so I don't move, all right, guys? But if you don't have any stick drift, if you don't move when you're not touching your controller, you don't have to worry about this. Left stick maximum, I'm going to recommend 35 all the way up to 70. You can even go down to 25 if you want. I've done it as well. Not too much of a difference. It just feels really nice. It feels smooth, and it makes you feel a lot quicker in the game. So I'm going to do that for me right there. Right stick minimum, this has nothing to do with stick drift. I have mine set to 6. I'm going to recommend setting yours to 6 as well. You don't want to go lower than 5. If you go lower than 5, your aim assist is going to feel very, very weak. And the reason for that is because every time you move your right stick, even if it's just a millimeter, it's going to be fighting against the aim assist. So if your aim assist is trying to stick to someone kind of on the left, and they're moving left of your screen, and your aim assist is trying to stick on them, but you accidentally move your thumb a little bit to the right, even though you don't mean to do it, it's just a millimeter, it's going to move it to the right. It's going to take it off the enemy, and it's just going to feel really weird. So if you put it to 6, even if you accidentally move that thumb just a millimeter in a gunfight, it's not going to actually redirect your aim or anything. It's going to keep it exactly where you want it to be. Everything's going to feel sticky. Everything's going to feel nice. You're good to go. And then right stick maximum, you want this up at 100. And then the triggers, a lot of people tell me that they still play on default. Turn that down to 0, guys. If you play on default, which is 13, you got to push your trigger 13% in order to activate the shooting or the aiming down sights and all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. The minute you press it, you want it to be able to actually go ahead and work. The minute you press L2 or R2 or L1 or R1, whatever you use to shoot, you want it to actually work right away. So go ahead and do that. Now in the aiming tab, this is going to be the last tab we talk about for this video. We got sensitivity multiplier. Let me open this up because there is something that people do not understand. The other day I got a comment on my video saying, why do I mess with the tablet sensitivity multiplier if I'm playing on a PC and not a tablet? I'm not joking. It's a real comment, and it makes sense. I guess some people do see it as a tablet, like an iPad or something, but it's not. This is the tablet in game, all right, guys? This is like when you pull out a score sheet, when you pull out something, and you have to control it on the tablet. Like you want to drop something down in 3 different locations. Well, this is the tablet sensitivity, how fast it's going to move on that tablet, all that kind of stuff. Just set this to like 0.45. It's nice. It's easily controllable, and it's good. And then my air vehicle sensitivity multiplier. This is if you're in like a chopper gun or whatever. This is at 0.60, so you could be nice and accurate as well. You're not going to be flaying all over the screen. You're not going to be going all over the place. You're going to be nice. You're going to be good, and you're going to be nice. All right, just do it. ADS sensitivity multiplier, when in focus, I got it at 0.90, and the reason for this is because when I'm sniping and stuff, and I'm focusing, I don't want it to be all over the place. So 0.90 is nice, and that allows me to go into my aiming advanced settings, and then my custom sensitivity per zoom, and I can just leave those at 1 because it doesn't really matter. Once I'm in the sniper, that's at like a 4x zoom or an 8x zoom or whatever, I'm going to be hard scoping. I'm going to be holding my breath. So it's going to be at 0.90 anyway. So I don't have to mess with these right here. But these are regular guns, low zooms. I'm going to put them at 0.85. All right. This is like iron sight, red dot sights. This is like a little bit of a zoom on your weapon. 0.85 is really, really nice. And then the ADS sensitivity transition timing, I'm going to recommend gradual. Do not do instant unless you are so good at aiming, and do not do after zoom. After zoom is just really bad. Gradual is nice. It's going to slow down your actual ADS, not your ADS sensitivity. Your actual sensitivity is going to gradually slow down into your ADS sensitivity. So do that right there. If you put it to instant, even if you're not fully ADS, it's going to be very slow, your sensitivity, because it's going to be whatever you have set here, even before you fully ADS. And if you put it to after zoom, it's too fast. Your sensitivity is going to be way too quick. You're going to be shooting off people and stuff. Put it to gradual. It's solid. And then aim response curve type, we're going to set this one to dynamic, and we're going to put the curve slope scale to 0.80. A lot of people like linear, 0.80 as well. I like dynamic. It's just, for me, it feels really good. For me, it feels nice. It feels solid. So I just play on dynamic, and then that's it for me. And then 0.80 on the slope. The closer you bring the slope scale to 0, if I were to bring it all the way down to 0, that would just mean that even if I have it on dynamic, it's basically standard. So the closer to 0 you go, the closer to standard you get. So dynamic 0.80 is really nice. It's like standard, but 80% closer to dynamic, if you want to think of it that way. That's going to be it for the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. I would truly appreciate that, guys. We're going to go for 33 likes. So if we could do that, that would be awesome. And let me know your KD or your EKIA down in the comments below. And like I said, guys, at the beginning of the video, how did I get hacked? It was weird, all right? This is for you guys who made it this far, who actually care to listen. It was weird. I didn't click on any sketchy links. I didn't open any documents. I didn't do anything, but I did get hacked last year, because last year I opened a sketchy document from a sponsor. I thought it was a sponsor. It wasn't. I opened it. My channel got hacked. And then what they did was they gave themselves manager position, or manager position on my channel. I didn't know that they had these permissions. I didn't know that they sent it to themselves, because when I got my channel back last year, I checked my permissions tab, and I was the only one with permissions on my channel. But what they did last year is they sent out an invite to a bunch of random emails that they have, so that once I get my account back, they could just invite themselves and accept it whenever they want, and give themselves channel manager, so they could change my password, they could take over the account, they could do whatever they wanted to do. And that's basically what they did. So even though I didn't click any sketchy links, even though I didn't do anything weird, they had my channel. But then actually Frizz Eyes ended up messaging me, and he told me what to do. And in all honesty, out of all COD YouTubers, even the ones that I thought were like good friends and stuff, they didn't really reach out to me. He's the only one. So props to him. I've spoken my shit in the past, but yo, honestly, props to that dude, all right? That's gonna be it for the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop that big fat like. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.